support your team, but ask you refrain from making inappropriate comments or cheers during today's game. Mudsock Youth Football and HSC High School. Hope you will enjoy the game and show positive support for the athletes. Please remember that good sportsmanship creates winners for life. HSC High School is a smoke-free campus. Therefore, smoking is not permitted in Reynolds Royal Stadium. Concessions are located in the northeast corner of the field. Restrooms are located on the both northwest and northeast corners of the stadium. HSC High School asks the spectators to honor the handicap and restricted areas from parking lots, and the yellow curved areas must be kept clear for emergency vehicles. And you must have handicap permanent parking in designated areas, handicap parking, and spaces. Here we go. That's so worked out so well. Freaking chair's on fire. This chair is
Some good music selection, man.
I try.
It's like that video of that kid running home from third base, and he's like,
Ladies and gentlemen, we ask you to please stand, remove your hats, and join me in displaying the proper respect for our nation's flag through the singing of the national anthem as we remember that the flag is the embodiment, not the sentiment, but the history. It represents experiences made by men and women, experiences of those who do live under the flag.
that one stretches out.
And hopefully that mic's on, because I say a lot of crap up here. I don't know who needs to hear.
You're good. We're already just going to tell everybody you're the backup announcer.
Huh?
We're just going to tell everybody you're the backup.
Yeah, that was a short straw. Let's get ready for some football!
How many minute quarters?
8-minute quarters. So we announcing.
All right, well, good morning, fans. Welcome in here on Audio Sports Game to begin the festivities today as Notre Dame and Michigan State will be doing battle, getting ready to go through our starting lineups, and then we will have football coming up for you right now here on AudioSportsOnline.com.
Number 17, Josh Klein. Number 24, Jackson Smith. Number 28, Chandler Gingrich. Number 34, Eli Van Brunen. Number 50, John Scott. Number 52, Gage Griffin. Number 55, Michael Rogers. And number 58, Drew Hayden. And the coaches for the Michigan State is Kurt Tappendorf
All right, both teams have been introduced. Notre Dame will be in the lighter green of the two green and white jerseys here. Both teams with white pants. Notre Dame, as I said, will be the lighter of the two greens, gold letters and numbers. Michigan State will be the dark green. And they'll have the white letters and numbers. Of course, they start on the 40-yard line here at the third grade game, so a little bit different than we will see in our later games today. Both teams going to meet here at midfield, go through the instructions with the referees, and then we're going to have our Mudsock third grade championship for you here today. Just a reminder, if you missed any part or you miss any part of the broadcast, we will have the archive podcast up and available for you as well to go back and enjoy any time you want. Going through the coin toss here, deciding who's going to get the ball first. So I think Notre Dame won the toss. They will defer. So Michigan State will get the ball to begin the ball game. And here in just a moment, I'll be joined by my broadcasting colleague for the day, Lex Zorn. And we will be ready to go. Good crowd for a rainy and chilly day. Parents of both sides ready to go. Michigan State on the side closest to us, and Notre Dame on the side furthest from us. So Michigan State will have the ball to begin the game. And again, we welcome those of you joining us in here for Mudsock Youth Football Championships. We'll have a third grade game, a fourth grade game, and then a fifth and sixth grade game to wrap up our day, of football here on Audio Sports Online. Michigan State will have the ball to begin the game. Got to work off my virtual roster here. Still waiting on our chain gang to get set up here, and then we will be ready to go.
Okay, am I on?
You are on.
Okay,
I texted
great.
you the virtual roster.
Oh, I got it, yeah.
Okay.
And that's a broadcast first for me, so. Anyway, they got the clock set with 6 minutes, and, it's one thing, Rob, I noticed, over the years when we do this, one adjustment we have to make as commentators is to get accustomed to the rules changes, because for every age group, they have different rules.
Right, and so 8 minutes up on the clock. We're getting the chains set up here, and then we'll be ready to go. And we were laughing before the broadcast, Leck. It seems like every year it rains on Fishers. Well, it was Fishers HSC Youth. Now it's the Mudsock Football Championship. It's going to be sunny and 70 for the next 2 weeks, but today it is raining.
Yeah. Well, it's good practice for these kids, because one thing you got to learn when you play football is that, it's a game of challenges and obstacles, and, unlike baseball where you have rain outs, and unlike basketball and hockey where you play indoors, you play football, you've got to be prepared to deal with, bad weather. So it's good practice for these youngsters.
And 2 green teams getting things started for us, as Michigan State in the dark green, Notre Dame in the light green.
Yeah. So it's yep. And of course, one thing about these teams, typically, we've noticed over the years, the average. I guess now that they're playing 5th and 6th grade together, it probably won't be this way for them. But for 3rd and 4th grade, I'll hold that thought till after this play. But
there's the snap, quarterback fake. Quarterback is number 8, Tyler Tappendorf. He's got room to run, cuts it back, a little Barry Sanders action there. Going
Yes.
back to the far side of the
God.
field. Tappendorf stays
Yes.
on his feet, room to run, and he's down near the 21-yard line.
So Tyler Tappendorf, an outstanding highlight reel play to start off the game. And as you probably noticed, they do not do kickoffs here in 3rd grade ball. And they've now they reset that from 6 to 8 minutes. So I guess they've increased the length, because I remember. I think the last time I did this event a couple of years ago, they only had 6-minute quarters for 3rd grade ball. So,
all right, so pretty much, 2 men in tight, 1 man tight left, 1 man tight right. So I guess you'd call that a wing formation of sorts. There's the give, a little end around, and breaks a tackle, still going, and down near the 20. That was 17, Leck. Who do we have at 17?
Number 17 is. That's Josh Klein.
Josh Klein. So Tappendorf and Klein so far the runners for the Michigan State Spartans. And so far they've got that ball all the way down to the 21-yard line. 2nd and long coming up for the green.
Well, I'll tell you, though, I'm definitely going to be, remembering the name Tyler Tappendorf after that, opening play he had. That was incredible how many times he switched directions and ended up getting 18 yards out of it.
So it'll bring up a 2nd down and long. New quarterback down there under center, 28, Leck.
Yep.
And he gives it to Tappendorf. Now he's going to throw it.
He's
got
got
a man open. It's
Yes.
caught.
Touchdown. So the 2 men young men who ran on the first 2 plays now hook up for a touchdown there, as Tappendorf passes for a 21-yard touchdown pass to a wide open Klein. And Michigan State strikes first blood here with 6:20 to go in the first quarter. Coming at you live at Fishers. We're at TCU Field on the campus of Hamilton Southeastern High School here in the northeast Indianapolis suburbs.
What a start to that game. How about that?
Yes. So, yeah, a couple of highlight-worthy plays already. And, I'm so glad that we are hold that thought, a 2-point conversion coming up here.
And it'll be Klein, pitch to Tappendorf, going to run with it, now cuts it back, still going, trying to take it to the far side of the field, gets around 1 man. He's running out of real estate, though, and will not make it.
Great effort, though. Yep.
Little razzle-dazzle, the late, great Gayle Sayers would have been proud of that, Leck.
Yeah, certainly. Yeah, Gayle Sayers, one of the all-time great running backs who he lost the other day. And good thing about Gayle Sayers, I believe, I need to look this up, I believe he holds the record for youngest person ever to get into the Hall of Fame. He was only 34. And
that's amazing.
Yeah. And it's, I'll tell you, that's one thing I've learned from 43 years of watching football, is that you just got to appreciate running backs while they're in their prime, because that's the most precarious position in all of major team sports. Usually, you don't get more than 4 or 5 years of greatness at that position. So you just got to, the guys, Emmitt Smith, Eric Dickerson, some of the others, just got to appreciate them while you have them. So now Notre Dame goes on offense there, and first play is a rush up the middle for 3 yards.
Number 9, Leck.
Number 9 for the Fighting Irish is, this is, all right, his number 9 is, they said Tony Dingle, number 8, actually.
Okay.
Yeah.
Tony Dingle, number 8 with the run that time. And again, it's a little tough for those of you maybe viewing at home. The Notre Dame, yes, they are both green. There is not a color scheme issue. And now we got a timeout here. And
Yeah, Notre Dame is like the lighter green, like, what you'd expect somebody to wear on St. Patrick's Day, and Michigan State the darker green. And I don't know how the tradition got started, but, when I played Little League football as a kid, we all had teams mostly of NFL. We had names of NFL teams,
Yes.
but here in the Hamilton Southeastern Fishers League, they go to college names. And one thing that I've noticed in the past is that usually the service academies are very well represented.
Big hole that time. Room to run. Breaks
he's
one
got a
tackle.
first down. He's got a gain of about 11 there.
That was 24, it looked like. 34, sorry.
That was J.P. Buccat, B-U-C-C-A-T. Picks up 11 there.
I always enjoy working with you on these events, because you are a name scholar. You know the histories of names, the origins of names, and thus the pronunciations of names.
Yeah, although that's a new one to me. That's one I will have to look up. The double C makes me think I might be Italian, but I'm not sure. So we'll have to. I'll have to check some of the onomastics websites for that. But anyway. So now our rush there, that's again to Buccat, and he's up there for about 2 or 3.
That was I think that was 24 that time, Leck.
Oh, 20. Yeah, you're right. I just saw the 4 there. So 24. That's Jace Warden, Jayce, and then Warden, at a prison, and so he picks up 2 there. So 3 plays from scrimmage for the Fighting Irish, and 3 rushes, each to a different player. So he picks up 2 on that one. That'll bring up 2nd down and 8 for Notre Dame. 4:02 to go and counting here in the first quarter. This is the first game of our triple header. And now it fakes the handoff. He rolls over to his left. He's got some room. Breaks the tackle past the 20, 15. He's inside up to about the 12. So that's a
first down. Yeah, nice run that time.
Did you see? Did you see who got the rush there?
Who was the rusher?
Number 24.
28. So. Okay, so that was Ethan Latta there on the rush there. He picks up a 10, or actually a 12, excuse me. So it'll be 1st and goal. No, he didn't get he didn't get quite as good a spot as I thought. They marked him down to 15. Nevertheless, a good gain there by Latta. And now it's
number 8 that time on the rush.
That was Dingle. He got the first carry. So the first 4 plays for the Fighting Irish were each a rush to a different guy. And so finally one player gets a second rush of the game, Dingle, and they brought him down right around the line of scrimmage. And, typically in these events, each team averages about 15 players, which means that you've got a lot of guys, who are playing on both sides of the ball, and that's great experience. It helps them, learn different positions and figure out what they do best. So now a handoff, and he takes it around to the right for a gain of 1 or 2. That was 34 there. That was Buccat. So that'll bring up 3rd down and long for Notre Dame here. 2:52 to go here in the first quarter. This is the first of 3 games today. In the past, this was actually a quadruple header rather than a triple header. There was a separate game for 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 6th grade. Last year, they changed it so that 5th and 6th graders together produce 1 team. So
it'll be 3rd down coming up. They got to get what? They got to get down to 5, the 5-yard line.
Yeah, 3rd and 8 for Notre Dame. And now the quarterback keeper, he's got some room, and he has something here. He should get into 5. He could go all the way. Yes, touchdown. So, all right.
Nice.
That was Latta there, the quarterback on the keeper. 13 yards for the touchdown, and we're tied with the conversion pending.
Yeah, great job that time going all the way up there, Leck, and just cutting back, going back across the field and going in for the score.
Yes, indeed. So, great job by Notre Dame in answering after they went down early. And Notre Dame, Michigan State scored on their first possession in only 3 plays. So now 2-point conversion here. And they give it to Bucat. He takes over the left side. I don't think he's going to. No, nice move there. He dives, and he's got it.
Wow, what a score, what a
Yeah.
dive, and a touchdown, a
That's
two-point
right.
conversion.
So now on the difference of that 2-point conversion, the Fighting Irish take the lead here with 2:14 to go here in the first quarter. And it's one thing, I believe third grade ball is the only level that does this here in this league. But you actually, one unusual rule is that the coaches are actually allowed to be on the field. So, it's interesting to watch the to watch the way that the rules evolve over the years as these kids grow and mature. So with 2:14 to go, already been a very exciting game here. And, it's interesting, a couple of years ago when I commentated this event along with my broadcast partner of that day, Colin Bruns, we had 4 games that day. And it was funny that there was more scoring in the first half of the third grade game. There were 26 points in the first half of the third grade game, and then the other 7 halves of the game, there were only 42. So that was really that was an eye-popping statistic there.
I wonder what old Colin's up to now.
I know I think he was going to try to go to Ball State and study broadcast journalism or something. But now we've got number 8 takes it up to the 30. I think they're going to give him credit for the first down there. That was Tappendorf there, the quarterback on the keeper. Yeah, I haven't heard from Colin in a couple of years. I've got his email address. I'll have to see what he's up to. Hopefully he's continuing his commentating career. He certainly had the ability in that area, and he started a lot younger in life than I did. When he was in high school, he would take it upon himself to go up and record his own broadcasts at Western Boone, his high school, and put them on the internet. So
it'll bring up a first down or second down.
Yeah, second and one. So they marked him a yard short. So now let's see.
Tappendorf.
Oh, yeah, Tappendorf again. He's got inside the 20, inside the 15, inside the 10, spins around up to about the 7. So Tyler Tappendorf, that is a name I am going to remember. I guess he'll be playing for Hamilton Southeastern or Fishers in about 6 or 7 years. And, we'll have this broadcast of us commentating him, and, that'll be, something we can impress our friends with. I commentated Tyler Tappendorf when he was in third grade, 23 yards there. So 3 carries, 40 yards for Tyler Tappendorf, the third grade quarterback here for Michigan State. 47 seconds and counting to go here in the first quarter. So now it's up to about the 5 there. So that was Klein there who scored the touchdown on the reception. And now Michigan State takes a timeout with 30.9 seconds to go here as they give Klein credit for 4 on that rush. So both teams showing surprising offensive prowess here in the early going. And so don't go anywhere. We're going to be here for about another 4 or 5 hours with 3 games, and if you're up here in the community and you want to see some exciting football, get on out here. The event is completely free, and plenty of room here at this huge stadium that seats probably 5,000, 6,000, 7,000 people. So, again, get a look at the Fishers and Hamilton Southeastern teams of the future. And now fakes the handoff, and he takes it himself, and he's got the touchdown. So Tyler Tappendorf, beautiful fake there. So Tappendorf, 4 rushes, 44 yards, and a touchdown, plus a touchdown pass. So now they're going for the 2-point conversion here, 26.4 seconds to go in the quarterback. 26.4 seconds to go in the first quarter, excuse me. Yeah, I've got a triple header today to broadcast, so hopefully I won't make too many mistakes. But, of course, like I said, it was a quadruple header, so it's quadruple header until a couple of years ago. and I managed to get through those okay. So anyway, little bit of a dreary day, but not terribly cold here at 48 degrees right now. It's supposed to get up to 54 by 4 p.m. and no rain in the forecast between now and the time that the tournament's expected to end. So the conditions should get better. And now another fake handoff, and he's got some room over the left side. I think he's going to get it, and he does. So Tyler Tappendorf, a 4-yard touchdown rush, and then gets his own 2-point conversion there, and Notre Dame goes up by a score of 14-7.
All sorts of offense. If you were a betting person, hopefully you took the over in this one. Because we've already got 21 points scored, and we've still got 26 seconds left to go in the first quarter.
Now, Rob, do you know the conversion rule here?
Well, I think that's the 2-point. That's a 1-point conversion if you try to run it or throw it in, I think.
Okay. Because I noticed that it's showing 14-7, even though Michigan State missed their first conversion, but then Notre Dame made theirs, so I'll have to check with the.
Yeah, from the 5-yard is 2 points.
Okay.
3-yard is 1.
Okay, I got you. Okay. Somebody here in the press box just enlightened me. You can get a 2-point conversion from the 5-yard line or a 1-point conversion from the 3-yard line. Okay. So thank you. That makes sense now. So now Notre Dame picking up where they left off with a very good run there by. That was they're pronouncing it Bucott again. He picks up about 8 on there.
And that should be our final play of the first quarter. So with 1 in the books, it's 14-7. Michigan State leading Notre Dame.
Well, very good first quarter, and certainly, it's certainly, it's great that the fine people here in the city of Fishers run this event. It's hard to believe how vastly Fishers has grown as a community over the years. In 1960, the population was only 288. Excuse, that was 1960. Excuse me, it was 280 something, and then in 1980 it was 2,800. Even as recently as 1990, it was only about 8,000, and now I haven't seen I don't know if the new census results for this year is out, but it's estimated to be over 100,000 now. At one time, there was only one public high school in the city, Hamilton Southeastern, it had such a small enrollment, it was a 1A school, won the Class 1A state championship back in 1981. Now there are 2 6A schools here in the city, Hamilton Southeastern, and then Fishers, which was simply carved out of the Hamilton Southeastern District back in 2006, won the Class 5A state championship back in 2010. So each of these schools here has a state championship. And now the music, very appropriately, the Queen classic, I Want It All, as these two teams playing for the championship. And I've been, Queen was my favorite band. They were the band that got me into heavy rock and roll when I was a kid. And it's just been really, a nice surprise to me to see how much they've caught on with the younger generation. And the people who weren't even people who were born after Freddie Mercury's death have come to appreciate the great diverse music of that band. So now as we begin the second quarter here at Fishers, we've got Michigan State with the ball, Notre Dame with the ball, trailing 14-7. They play 8-minute quarters here in third grade ball. And second down, and we've got a handoff there to number 50, and he's got the first down, and Morgan breaks a tackle inside the 25, inside the 20, and he's is there going to be
there's a flag?
Okay.
Yeah, I think the officials said, yeah. I think they do it a little different here at this level. If there's a flag, let's not get anybody hurt. Everybody go back. It's a holding.
Yes. Oh, he had a good run too. But I'm so glad that that the fine people here in Fishers have us broadcast these games every year, these championship games, because I think about all the great Little League championships across America that were lost to human memory because they were never filmed. And we film these games every year, and they're put on YouTube. They're going to be on there forever. And it's just a great way for these kids to look back, at this special part of their youth, and to give their families a chance to, continue to enjoy these games as well, and also give, like grandparents, for example, who maybe live across the country and aren't able to be there, a chance to tune in to these games live. And so I give a special warm welcome to all the grandparents of these kids who are wherever you are, glad to have the opportunity to bring these games to you. It's our honor and pleasure. So now Notre Dame has the ball, 2nd down and 5 at the Michigan State 35. Here in third grade ball, you start at your opponent's 40. There's no kickoffs. And we got another 3 whistles in a row. So I don't think there were any. Okay. So it's another 5-yard penalty against Notre Dame, so that brings them back to the place that the drive starts.
Yeah. So what is it? I guess it's still, they just keep saying it's 1st and 10?
2nd and 10 now.
Oh, 2nd and 10.
Yeah, because the first play of the drive, which was the last play of the quarter, that's when there was that 8-yard run to start off the drive. And now quarterback keeper breaks a tackle, and he's got some room on the left side past the 30, past the 25, inside the 20, and he's brought down after gain about 22 yards there.
Nice run that time.
Yeah.
Number
right.
5 for Notre Dame.
Yes, that is Tommy McConnell. Tommy McConnell. Give him credit for 21 on there with his first carry of the game. So we've seen several guys today who can really move the ball. McConnell with 21 there.
Being a center in the third grade league is a pretty good deal, man.
Yeah. Never thought about that, but that's a good way to put it. And now a rush over to the right side. Now breaks a tackle, and he gets up to the 11. So that was number 50 there. That was Smith there for Notre Dame. Jaden Smith. He had a great run called back earlier, but he picks up 7 there, and this one will count. So already 7 different Fighting Irishmen have scored in this game. Not scored, I mean rushed, excuse me. So 5:43 to go and counting here. And now we got a flag here, the 4th on this possession, and it's going to be against Notre Dame again. We're coming at you live at TCU Field on the campus of Hamilton Southeastern High School here in Fishers, Indiana. And this is the first of our 3 championship games today in the Fishers-Hamilton Southeastern Youth League. We got the 3rd grade game going on right now early in the 2nd quarter. Then we got immediately afterward the 4th grade game, and then finally the 5th and 6th grade game. So now a handoff to 17, but they're right on top of him. They bring him down right around the line of scrimmage. So that's great defensive awareness there by Michigan State. And and I'll tell you, and that was Lucas Weir there, by the way, on the carry. They brought him down right around the line of scrimmage. That's Weir, W-E-R, like Bob Weir from the Grateful Dead. He becomes the 7th Fighting Irishman to rush in this game. So they got a great. They're getting everybody involved here. So now fake on the handoff, and the quarterback keeper, he gets inside the 10 up to about the 8. So McConnell with his 2nd gain, he had 21 on his first. He gets about 3 or 4 on that one. That was Dingle?
Quarterback, yeah.
Okay. So nevertheless, they give him credit for 3 yards there. So, second, and now a handoff there. He's got some room on the right side. He gets inside the 5, and he's in for the touchdown. That was Jaden Smith there from 9 yards out. And depending on what happens with the conversion, the Fighting Irish will have the chance to either tie or take the lead. They trail now by 1 with the conversion pending.
So it's 2 points if you go from the 5, 1 point if you go from the 2.
Yes, that's correct.
Yeah.
So already 4 touchdowns here in the first half of this game. You know, there's more action in this game than there was in a lot of the varsity high school games on Friday night. So a very entertaining game here. And we are seeing several future stars in the making for Fishers and Hamilton Southeastern. We got a flag here on the play. 4:09 to go here in the quarter. And, you know, by the time Rob and I get done here today, we will have commentated 5 games in a span of 32 hours. We commentated a doubleheader yesterday at Plainfield with the freshman and JV games. And Plainfield, one of the longtime client schools for Audio Sports Online. Great pleasure to cover them. This is my 9th season commentating with Audio Sports Online.
We've only got 1 game left, Leck. We got Avon next week, and then we're done.
Yeah, well, we'll see what happens with the playoffs, but yeah. And, yeah, that will be our last regular season broadcast. That's true. Hopefully we'll get to do some playoff games, but we'll see. You know, this has been such a crazy year. And, you know, and now handoff there to Smith again, but they're right on top of him. No, it's a fake, and the quarterback takes it, but he misses it. So Michigan State retains the lead 14-13. But, you know, I know Rob and I, you know, we wondered all off season whether there was going to be a season or not, and thankfully there was. And it has been more of a condensed schedule because I guess it's been requested that teams only commentate their home games, so there will be less crowding in the press boxes, which sometimes do get congested. And so we haven't been doing as many games as usual, but we have been doing some. And I'll tell you, even more so than the high school, I'm glad that the little leagues have been going on because, you know, to become good in any sport, it requires regular practice over a period of many years, regular practice, regular training, regular teamwork. And for these kids, if they missed 1 year of their football careers, that would be devastating. You know, one thing that I learned commentating high school ball is often when I see players from year to year, from freshman to sophomore to junior to senior, they improve dramatically from year to year. And if you took away that improvement for some of these kids, it's something they might not ever recover from and they might not ever reach their full potential. So glad that these kids got to have their season and now are playing for their championship here. So anyway, now Michigan State starts off the drive with a short run over to the right. And let's see, we got a player with his first, Drew Hatem, Hatem. They give him credit for 2 there. His first carry of the game. Only the 3rd Spartan to rush. By contrast, 8 players have rushed for Notre Dame in this game. So it's certainly been a wild and woolly barn burner of a game so far. 3:10 and counting to go. Now 2nd and 8 for Michigan State with a 1-point lead. Now he got a rush around the left side. He's got a first down 30, past the 25, past the 20, and he's tripped up. He had 1 man to beat.
That was a touchdown-saving tackle. Somebody got him and was just able to put an arm on him to push him out of bounds there, Leck.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, that was a dramatic play there. And the ball carrier there was Eli they're pronouncing Van Bruin. It's VanBruene. I think it's actually in Dutch that would be Van Bruana or something like that. I'll have to ask some of my Dutch friends that. But anyway, it's That's the Americanized pronunciation anyway, Van Bruin. So it's a 20-yard gain there. So that's a first down and 10 at the 18. 2:39 to go and counting here in the second quarter. Michigan State with the ball in a 14-13 lead. This is the first game of our triple header, the third grade championship up here in the Fishers-Hamilton Southeastern Youth League. And now handoff there, and Hodham again's got it, and he's inside the 15, up close to the 10. And yeah, the PA announcer here really has a lot of personality, a lot more than most do. So he's entertaining to listen to. Most of them are so dry. I had the honor and pleasure of starting to attend the Indianapolis 500 during the last few years of Tom Carnegie's glorious reign, and the reason people loved him so much is because he was so personal in his delivery. Most PA announcers are just so dry and boring, so it's always nice to get an exciting one.
Yeah, we've come a long way. The first year we did this, I don't know, 8 or 9 years ago, the PA announcer seemed annoyed that we were here.
Yeah. So now rush around the left side, and he gets inside the 10. Oh, did he get it? I thought he was down. Oh, my God. No, okay. Yeah, I mean, I thought they had stopped him, but, he dragged people with him. He's a very big kid. They don't have the height and weight here on the roster, but
Is there a weight limit to run the ball?
They do bigs versus bigs and littles versus littles. And I don't remember what the weight difference is, but like linemen get to run the ball in the modified 7-on-7.
Oh, okay.
So they line them up against like linebackers that are big.
Oh, okay.
So they do try to give everybody an opportunity.
See, when I was a kid, there was the black striper, and if you had the black stripe on your helmet,
A fumble.
Fumble.
I think the quarterback got it, but yeah, it's
If you had the black stripe on your helmet, that meant you were over 100 pounds and you couldn't run the ball.
right.
Timeout, Irish.
So 52.4 seconds to go. Notre Dame calling a timeout here with the ball on the 1.
We do have white stripers, like when you get on the 11-on-11, and they can only be linemen, they can't carry the ball. Double white, like they can only block.
So with 52.4 seconds to go, time to catch our breath here with amid all the crazy action.
With this 7-on-7, they try to do bigs versus bigs and littles versus littles. And I think there is some sort of identification on the helmet as to that.
And certainly it's a, you never know which games are going to be the most exciting. But, yeah, this, like I said 2 years ago, there were 26 points scored in the first half of the third grade game, and there were 42 the rest of the game, the last 7 halves. So, yeah, you never know which games are going to give you the most thrills. This one's given us a lot so far, and a couple of really big highlight reel plays too. Plays that I'm going to enjoy showing to my friends.
Yeah, these kids are phenomenally talented, Leck.
Yeah, and now and it's a touchdown there. So that's on the keeper by Van Bruin, a 1-yard quarterback keeper, and so. Now Michigan State goes up 20-13 with 49 seconds to go here in the first half. And they're going to go, they got the ball in the 5, so they're going to go for a 2-point conversion. Now, this is important because if they make this, it'll be a 9-point lead, and then Notre Dame will be down by 2 possessions. So, now he hands off there, and he takes it over, but he runs into his own man, then plows forward, and he stops short.
Boy, there was some member of the Notre Dame defense who did a perfect tackle. He got him right by the ankles and said, nope, you may be big, but you are not getting out of this grasp. And, boy, hit him, and he went right down. Great form tackle that time by Notre Dame. Creative, but got him down.
Yep. Nevertheless, though, each team has scored a touchdown. Each team has scored a touchdown on every possession. So, it's been very exciting here. And we're only not even a sixth of the way through this event yet.
Keep in mind, Notre Dame will get the ball to begin the second half.
Yep, that's right. But I'll tell you, though, I know that Michigan State really, I like their aggressiveness. They were going in for the kill early to take that 2-possession lead, which is important. And, of course, that's one thing in the lower levels where the conversions aren't so automatic. They can often be the difference between a win and a loss. And in high school, the extra points aren't really automatic for most kickers, but, most teams, hit their extra points pretty frequently. Now, handoff there, number 5. And he's got some room on the left side. He's got a first down past the 25, and he breaks a tackle, drags a man with him inside the 15. So Notre Dame, with 37.4 seconds to go, still with a chance to, get that score and tie or take the lead going into the locker room. That was Mcconnell there, by the way. They give him credit for 27, and Notre Dame takes a timeout here. So a lot to cheer about. McConnell, 2 carries, now 51 yards. So that's another guy whose name I'm going to remember. But the play of the game so far is Tappendorf, the quarterback for Michigan State. That opening play of the game, that was a blast. So now, handoff there. He's got some room on the right side. Now goes over to his left side. He's got inside the 5, and he's got the touchdown. Yes. Oh, my God, Jaden Smith there. And now Notre Dame cuts it to 1 with the conversion pending. 29.3 seconds to go here in the first half. Each team has scored on all 3 possessions. We do have an injury here, a Michigan State player. Hopefully it is not serious. Nevertheless, Jaden Smith already with his 3rd touchdown of the game.
Yeah, and what a big conversion there, Leck, with 29 seconds to go. Notre Dame smartly using those timeouts pretty efficiently.
Yes, yeah, they certainly did. And I'll tell you, it's so important anytime in football to have, running a high school football program, it's not just a matter of having talented kids. You have to invest a lot of time and money into them and training them for a long period of time, starting, in about 3rd grade. And not just training them as individuals, but training them, as teams. And so that by the time they're, in high school, they're a bunch of guys who've been playing together 6-7 years, know each other, trust each other, and have a good team chemistry. And it all starts with these youth leagues right here. So now on the 2-point conversion, a handoff to McConnell, and he's in, he's got it, and Notre Dame's got the lead now, 21-20. Yep, so it's... So
that'll be one. It was a 1-pointer. So
okay, that was okay. Sorry, that was a 1-point conversion. Yeah, that's a rule. It's going to take me some getting accustomed to, and of course there might be a different conversion rule in 4th grade ball. I don't know. We'll find out when we get there. But what a great half! You 20-20 now. 29.3 seconds to go here in the quarter, in the half. And if you're in the area and you want to see some exciting football, you still got 2.5 games to play, so come on out here to Hamilton Southeastern. There's plenty of room. It's totally free. It doesn't look like the refreshment stand is open, unfortunately, but nevertheless, still a lot of exciting football to be played, and you got 3 championships to be crowned here. And but yeah, it's events like these, and leagues like these that are the ingredient to programs such as Fishers and Hamilton Southeastern High Schools being perennial top 10 schools, getting these kids the early training, and letting them have a lot of fun in the process. So 29.3 seconds to go. Let's see how Michigan State does runs around the right side, but he's brought down for a gain of just about 1.
And a timeout going to be called by Michigan State. 21.7 seconds left to go now. You know, kudos to all these parents and kids. They didn't miss any games this year, Leck. They played all the games.
That's so important. I'm just so thankful. And who ran that last play, by the way? Yeah, Tatum. Okay, Hatem. Yeah, Hatem. So yeah, they give him credit for one there, but yeah, I'm so glad these kids got to have their season and now are getting to have their championships, you know, and now a nice job switching directions. He's got a room. He's got room up the middle, and he got almost to the first down. I think he's going to be about a foot short. But now they're trying to hurry up and get a playoff. 6 seconds to go. 5, 4, 3. I don't think they're going to get it off.
2 seconds.
No, they don't. So, yeah, apparently they were out of timeouts there, but nevertheless, yeah, you couldn't have a more exciting first half there in this third grade championship game. Your score, Notre Dame and Michigan State tied at 20. And here we're coming at you live here on audiosportsonline.com from TCU Field on the campus of Hamilton Southeastern High School here in Fishers, Indiana. This is the first game of our triple header in which 3 different champions are going to be crowned today. This is the third grade championship game. Then immediately afterward, we're going to have the 4th grade championship and finally the 5th and 6th grade championship. So, always one of my favorite events of the year, you know, a day I really look forward to on the calendar, where I get to commentate the stars of tomorrow for the Royals and for the Tigers. And so, and that we're able, that we, you know, immortalize these games and, you know, put them up on YouTube, you know, for the, you know, kids to enjoy over the years and just, you know, remember this special part of their youth. And playing on the field where in a few years some of them will likely be playing starting for the Royals, and then some of the other kids will likely be playing as an opponent when Fishers comes in here frequently. And, you know, I'm so glad that Hamilton Southeastern and Fishers high schools have, you know, had this rivalry that they've played every year in the regular season since they've existed, and as they've always been in the same sectional, they've played each other about 5 times in the playoffs, and they've had it's been a very evenly matched rivalry. I've commentated the rivalry a few times over the years. In fact, the last time was actually one of my more unpleasant memories of that rivalry. It was 3 years ago, I believe. It was, I believe, the coldest game I've ever commentated. It was in the upper 30s at the time the game started, and Fishers won by a score of 9-6. It was one of the probably 3 or 4 ugliest games I've ever commentated. And you know, the first 2 times I've commentated these teams I've commentated Fishers and Hamilton Southeastern in the playoffs 3 times over the years in 2012, 2014, and 2017. The first 2 times there were, you know, the attendance was in the mid 5 figures, but the attendance that day I don't think was even 500 in 2017. It was a very miserable game. And as the 2 schools are only 3 miles apart, typically the road team will have very high attendance, you know, and, you know, pack the visiting bleachers across the field. And every year they, you know, I would say probably they get somewhere in the neighborhood of 1,000 fans for this event. It's always hard to get a precise attendance number because you have so many fans going in and out all day over the period of 5 or 6 hours. But it's you know, certainly a great event that, you know, I really enjoy commentating and just as a fan watching, you know, and it's great to see that these kids are learning the fundamentals of the game and of teamwork, you know, and, you know, physical conditioning so early. And, you know, the word essential is a word that's been thrown around a lot this year. And one big problem with basing policy on essentiality is that the word is somewhat subjective. But I am so thankful to all those who determined that sports are an essential part of one's youth, and have made sure that these kids all got to have a season, and in high school as well. So, the show must go on, and thankfully it has. And, these kids now are learning, about playing through adversity, and that when adversity comes up, you don't just, get scared and do nothing, but you fight it. And and now we're getting ready for the second half here. Notre Dame gets the ball first to start the second half. Each team scored on all three of its first half possessions, except that Michigan State had the ball when the first half came to an end. And so now they stopped the music. That was "Sweet Dreams" by the Eurythmics. So that's one thing, being a high school sports commentator. Apparently, a lot of the people who run the music in the press boxes are from my generation, because I hear probably more 80s music than anything else. To put it in perspective, I'm 49 years old, so that's good with me, because I'm a 70s and 80s pop and rock music historian. That's definitely my favorite era. And now, start off, you got a rush there up the middle for about 1 yard.
Short gain that time. Notre Dame trying to move the ball. Not as successful as they would have liked to on that first play, but you got 3 more tries at it.
Yep, so that'll be, what is it? That will be a 2nd and 9 for the Fighting Irish after a 1 yard rush by Lucas Weir. Again, name spelled like Bob Weir from Grateful Dead. A band that I never had the opportunity to see in concert. I'm sure that would have been quite an adventure. I have a second cousin who went to a few of their concerts. And now wow, he breaks several tackles, gets past the 30 up to the 25. I think they're going to stop him there. But yeah, Tommy McConnell, one of the players of the game, picks up about 13 or 14 there.
You got to love the gang tackle at this age, too, Lex.
Yeah, they're teaching the kids about aggression.
I mean, I think it's more forearms and wrestling maneuvers than tackling, but they gave it the old college try there.
Oh, yeah. And, so 1st and 10 for the 14, first and 10 at the 26, McConnell now 3 for 64 by my count, 6:41 to go here in the third quarter. Now a handoff there, takes it around the right side, past the 25, past the 20, past the 15, and it's the play's whistle dead.
Out of bounds. They play on a smaller field. See where those orange cones are there, Lex?
Oh, yeah.
Straight forward, that's the out of bounds.
Yeah, that's right, they changed the dimensions. Yeah, that's another thing I got to get used to. And then it'll be different, I guess, for the next game. They change the rules a little bit every year. But so Jaden Smith, already 2 touchdowns on the game, picks up another 5 yards. Another 5 yards there. 6:33 to go now. So now handoff there. And now Jaden Smith, and he switches directions, and he's brought down. He gets a couple of yards out there, so bring up 3rd and short. I think they're going to give him credit for 2 on that one. I think I smell pizza, but I'm not sure. But anyway, 3rd down and 3 for the 3rd down and 3 for the Fighting Irish. Usually they have the refreshment stand here for this event. Hopefully it'll open up later on. But anyway, hand off to McConnell, and he's got the 1st and more inside the 15, inside the 10, breaks a tackle, and he's dragged down to about the 8 or 9. So Tommy McConnell, just a terror there. We've seen 4 or 5 guys who I'm gonna make an effort to remember their names over the years and track how they do. And I guess they'll be hitting freshman ball. Yeah, these guys will be hitting freshman ball 5 years from now in the 2026 season. I'll be 55 years old then, and they give McConnell credit for 9, by the way. I now have him 5 for 73. .536 to go. Now fakes the handoff, and now he goes around the right side, and he's got the touchdown there. So, Lucas Weir with a 9-yard touchdown rush for the Fighting Irish, and Notre Dame goes up 26-20 with 5:24 to go here in the third quarter, and the conversion pending. So Lucas Weir takes it around the right side and finds his way into the end zone. First scoring of the second half. Each team has scored except for the last possession of the first half, which ended with the possession in motion. Each team has scored a touchdown on every possession. So this game very well could be going down to the wire here. They're lined up for a one-point conversion, and they got it. So 27-20 your score now. That was Jaden Smith.
Smith has clearly watched some NFL games because he did the nice little ball extension like
yeah.
like who's the quarterback for the Ravens?
I don't know who currently is.
The guy who won the MVP last year. Anyway, he
Flacco?
does it all. The guy who replaced Flacco.
Okay.
Anyway, he does it all the time when he gets to the end zone.
Yeah, in fact the closest claim to fame I have to football glory, speaking of the Ravens, I have a second cousin who in college backed up Eric Zier, who was briefly the Baltimore Ravens starting quarterback in the late 90s or early 2000s. His name was Brian Moore. He played for the University of Georgia. And I'm not going to pretend that I know him very well because I didn't know that he played there till 10 years after he graduated.
Jackson.
Okay, Omar Jackson, yeah. And I ran into him at a family reunion, and somebody told me he played, who I guess knew I was a big football fan, said he played quarterback for Georgia. And it's like, oh, yeah. So then I went over and had a long conversation with him. He's now coaching a high school team down there, by the way. So, anyway, handoff there, and he's swarmed and brought down right around the line of scrimmage.
Has there been a stop yet? I don't think there's been a stop in the game.
The only time that a team did not score in a possession was Michigan State because the clock ran out on their last possession of the first half. That was it. That was Drew Haddam there on the carry. They mark him down at the line of scrimmage for Michigan State, trailing 27-20, 4:42 to go and counting in the first quarter. And the third quarter, excuse me. This is the third grade championship game here. And now, wow, good job. So all of a sudden, the defense for Notre Dame really rising to the occasion here and stopping stopping Michigan State dead in their tracks. That was Drew Haddam again on the carry. They stop him for no gain for the second consecutive play.
Yeah, that's a really big play for Michigan State, Leck. They don't want to get to the 4th and long. I don't think we've even had a 4th and long in this game.
No, we haven't. 2 years ago.
Was this here last time you were here?
I don't believe so.
Oh, so this must have been added on in recent years.
Rob, do you remember? I know you've commentated many games here as I have. Do you remember if how long they've had this elevator here?
Several years, I think.
Okay.
I think it was installed sometime after 2012.
So anyway,
This is a homeless high school.
3:18 to go and counting. A big third and long, and now but it's going to be finally maybe the first fourth down of the game there, as the fakes the handoff and then the keeper.
I think they added the same time they put the fiber out here. So whenever we started doing video for Southeastern,
So that's been quite a few years then.
yeah, that's
Okay.
when they did the elevators. I think they did it all at the same time.
Because I'm trying to think about what high school press boxes I've been in that have elevators here. Fishers, Lafayette, Jeff, Brownsburg. I think that's it.
What year is this from? This left right here.
And, yeah, my son is here in the press box with me. He is an elevator expert. And, in fact, likely will be an elevator mechanic one of these days. That's his great field of passion.
Yeah, I think it would have been about 2013 or 14, I think.
And so, anyway, now handoff there. But he's going to be brought down short. And now Notre Dame will take over with a chance to really take firm control of this game. 27-20. It's the first time a team has not scored on a possession in this game.
Yeah, you just mentioned, or I just mentioned, I jinxed them. I said nobody's going to stop somewhere. And there you go.
Yep, that's right. So, exciting game here.
So Notre Dame with the lead in the ball, 2:12 left to go in the third quarter.
Well, this is really one of the best games I've commentated all season at any level. And keep in mind, I've commentated, and now a rush over and now he fumbles. No, maybe it was something else I saw. I thought the ball came out, but it looks like he was brought down for. That was Hopkins there for the Fighting Irish.
Picked up about 3 that time.
Yeah, I'm sorry, not Hopkins. Hawkins there. Hawkins, who gets 3. So it'll be 2nd and 7 for Notre Dame with a 7-point lead in the ball. 1:33 to go here in the third grade championship. And now a rush, and now he fakes, turns over to, switches directions at least 3 or 4 times. Now he got a series of flags, and now
that's coming back.
Yeah, he's going to go all the way into the end zone, but yeah, likely will be coming back.
I didn't even bother to turn the camera because that was, that Notre Dame player like bear hugged the Michigan State defender, and for those of you watching at home saw it. So sorry for not even turning the camera, but that was coming back.
Yep.
You can do some stuff, I would imagine, at the line of scrimmage. You can do a little less in the open field, but you cannot bear hug the defender or throw him to the ground. And when the flags start coming in from all directions at the same time.
Yeah. Indeed I do. And who knows, maybe someday, maybe 10 or 15 years in an NFL broadcast, if one of these guys is in the NFL, somebody will dig up this tape and show it, And now it's got a first down past the 30 and dragged down to about the 27.
It is going to be enough for a first down, which will move the chains.
So, yeah, it's Mcconnell again, this time with a gain of 9. Mcconnell, one of the most impressive players in this game. I have him 6 carries, 82 yards now. 46 seconds to go and counting. First down for Notre Dame. Now Smith, a great job switching directions again. Now he's got, what a move. Inside the 15, and he's going to go all the way. No. Touchdown saving tackle. He gets inside the 5, though. So Jaden Smith, and now the coach really getting into it. Again, the coaches are allowed to be on the field here in third grade ball, as they give him credit for 24, and he has 2 touchdowns on top of that already, maybe a third one coming on the way here, as the Irish tried to take the first multiple possession lead of the game for either team. And now quarterback keeper, and he spins around and he runs into him. Did he break the plane? Yes. So there's that 2 possession lead I talked about. Lucas Weir with his second touchdown of the third quarter here. This one coming from 4 yards. Last one's from 9. This one 14.5 seconds to go. And now Notre Dame can taste the championship here.
No good. Short.
No, okay. So no, they're saying that he's down at the 1 now. I saw somebody raise his arms. Maybe it wasn't the referee who. Maybe I saw the coach raise his arms and confused him with the referee. But anyway, now McConnell in for the touchdown easily. So Tommy McConnell, appropriately the leading rusher for the game, finally his first touchdown. I have him 7 for 83 now. So it's now 33-20, Notre Dame leading with the conversion pending. 5.5 seconds to go here in the third quarter. It was 20-20 at the half. They're going to go for a one-point conversion here. Two running backs there. By the way, there's only been one pass the whole game. And now we got a flag there. Woohoo. Offsides against Notre Dame, so they're going to let me see what I don't even know what the penalty is. I mean, okay, they're going to do it from the 8. So now if they make this, will it still count as 1 or will it be 2? Okay, so it'll still count as only 1 point if they get it here from the 8. So, all right, it's a big challenge for the Fighting Irish. Nevertheless, they do have a 13-point lead, so certainly a very good shot to take home the championship here. And now the sun's starting to come out, so hopefully that'll bring out a few more fans. We had quite a bit of rain earlier today into the early afternoon, but it seems to have subsided for the rest of the day now. But by the way, in case you haven't noticed, they don't even do snaps here in third grade ball. And now he runs over the left side, but they've got him. They've swarmed him. So the 1 point conversion fails. It was from the 8-yard line, so not a big chance of it. But now the pressure cranked up on the Michigan State defense here with 5.5 seconds to go here in the third quarter.
So 2-score lead, Luck.
Yep. So let's see if the Michigan State, not counting their last possession of the first half, which was going on when the half ended, they had scored a touchdown on every possession until their last one when they turned it over on downs. So let's see if they can get past that here. And then, but then the thing is, their defense will have to make a stop, and since there's no kickoffs, it'll have to be their defense. They won't be able to do an onside kick. So, all right. So now handoff there. He's got, and now he's brought down for a gain of just about 1. Great job on the Notre Dame defense, and that'll be the end of the third quarter. So, after 3 quarters of play here in the third grade championship game, your score, Notre Dame 33, Michigan State 20. The Spartans have 8 minutes to get it turned around here. So, and they gave Rogers credit for 1 yard there to end out the quarter. So, 1:02 your time of day now. And the PA fan, the PA guy here, tried to get the fans into it. But anyway, big thanks to the Fishers Hamilton Southeastern Youth League for having us broadcast these games. It's we tremendously enjoy bringing them to you, and it's such a great thing to do for the kids and their families. 8 minutes to go now. And 33-20 your score. Now I got the officials deliberating, and seems to be a long gap in play here. And yeah, we got the 3 officials standing around the ball at the 40. They're talking. And now the coaches are going over some final instructions toward their team. Now keep in mind that here in third grade ball, you play 7 guys on the field at one time. And as the rosters, in fact, actually, let me see. I'll actually do a count here. So there's 10 players for Michigan State and 9 for Notre Dame. So obviously they're having to play most guys on both sides of the ball. But like I said, it gives them great experience. You know, they get to learn a lot of different aspects of the game. Then, you know, as they get older, they'll be more specialized, of course. Now, you know, for a couple of years, I was the main commentator for Cascade High School, which is a 400 student school, 15 miles west of Indianapolis. And they because of the size of the school, they still in high school had to play a lot of guys both sides of the ball. You see that at the smaller schools, but in bigger schools like Fishers and Hamilton Southeastern. And now starting off the third quarter here, nice move there by amazing job staying on his feet there. That's Tappendorf. Switched directions several times. I'll tell you, Tappendorf and Jaden Smith both are incredible at they're incredible at switching directions. They are both so much fun to watch, and I will look forward to watching them over the years. Maybe someday, you know, they'll play together for Hamilton Southeastern or Fishers. What a dynamic backfield duo that would be. Tappendorf, of course, you know, add that. To me, the best play of this game was the first play. So, you know, after this game is archived, go watch the first play again. It was so much fun. I'm gonna show that to people. And now quarterback keeper here, but he's brought down for a loss. So now things starting to, you know, look bleak for Michigan State here. 3rd and long, trailing by 2 touchdowns here in the third quarter. So it's not over yet, but things looking bleak now for the for Notre Dame. So 2 running backs now, and now pitch back there, and he's got some room. It's Tappendorf, and he breaks a few tackles, gets almost up to the first down, lined up to about the 32. So it's going to be a very critical 4th down now. Picks up about 7. Tappendorf has been quiet since the first quarter. No, I'm sorry. I apologize. That was 4th down. So, yeah, I miscounted there. So yeah, now the Fighting Irish take over. Yeah, with a full grip on this championship. 6:21 to go in the ball, leading by 13. It's been a valiant effort, but, you know, Michigan State's offense just has not they just haven't been as sharp here in the second half. Maybe fatigue, I'm not sure, but certainly, you know, they made it a very entertaining first half. And now fakes the handoff. He's got and we got flags all over the place. And he's taking it all the way in for the touchdown. But was that a free play, or is that going to come back? Yeah. There are only 3 officials working this game, and each of them threw his flag at about the same time. So it's holding against Notre Dame. So it's a little bit of a break there for Michigan State, but they're they're in trouble. Got to get something going here. I mean, Michigan State's going to have to get a stop here, and then their offense is going to have to produce very quickly like they did in the first quarter. They opened spectacularly with an 18-yard rush by Tappendorf, and then a 21-yard touchdown pass from Tappendorf to Klein, and now we've got a rush for about 7 yards there. So now that was J.P. Bucott for And they give him credit for 8 there. That was his first carry in quite a while. So 4:54 to go and counting. I expect Notre Dame, especially if they get this first down here, they can start to be really conservative. Because then, barring a collapse, then they should hang on to win this. And now, good coverage, but he breaks a tackle, gets some room around the right side, and he does get the first down. I believe that was that was Dingle there. Good rush there. And, I've seen so many broken tackles today and guys who are really good at shifting directions, changing directions, getting around defenders. Really good rushing there.
Referee timeout.
Referee timeout on the play. Looks like they lost the cue.
So 4:32 to go in the third grade championship game, 1:10 your time of day. My name is Lek Zorn, joined by Rob Kindle. We bring this event to you annually here on audiosportsonline.com. You can find all the championship games from past years that we broadcast on our YouTube channel, simply Audio Sports Online. And these games will be, on here probably by this evening. So it's a great honor to have you in our audience now. And don't forget, we got 2 other championship games coming up immediately after this, the 4th grade game and then the 5th and 6th grade game.
Slow motion around the right end.
And now, great job there staying up and then getting up to for a gain of about 1 or 2 and just keeping the clock moving. So that was that was Jace Warden there on the carry. They give him credit for 1, and the clock keeps on ticking. 3:52 to go and counting now. You hear a chance of "Let's go Irish, let's go Irish." The Notre Dame fans taste the championship. And now a great job faking out the defense, and he's inside the 15, and he could go all the way. Yes, touchdown. So that seals the deal for Notre Dame. The score was a 27-yard keeper. The Ethan Lotta there to clinch the championship for the Fighting Irish. The score in the first half was 20-20, and the score in the second half is now 20-0 with the conversion pending. So Ethan Lotta, one of several guys to get on the action, that's his second touchdown of the game. And only 3 carries, by the way. And by my count here, 8 different players have rushed for the Fighting Irish, so they are a loaded team, and I'm going to be, watching a lot of these guys develop over the years. It's going to be so much fun. And now the 1-point conversion is good. So 41-20 your score. That was Bucat there on the 2-point conversion. And now, so 3:25 to go in the game. Your score, Notre Dame 41, Michigan State 20.
Yeah, you got to hand it to Notre Dame, Lek. They have just scored time and time and time again, and
every possession all game.
They've had the. You're going to win a lot of games doing that.
Yes.
You will win a lot of games scoring every time you have the ball. In fact, it would be very hard to lose.
Yeah, and of course, it reminds me back in the 2003 playoffs for the Colts when Hunter Smith did not punt in either of the first 2 playoff victories over Denver and KC. And then, of course, that set up the AFC Championship game loss to the Patriots.
All right, so after our broad game is over here, we'll try to get you the award ceremonies, and we'll stop our stream real quick and then fire everything back up. So we'll have just a brief pause there where our stream will go blank, and then we'll bring you the 4th grade game coming up, but we'll try to get you those award ceremonies for the 3rd grade game.
That's right. So now the Notre Dame, the Michigan State offense, the offensive woes in the second half continue for Michigan State there as Matthew Jemison brought down for no gain there. 2:57 to go now. Michigan State played very well on offense in the first half. They just had trouble with sustaining drives in the second half, and Notre Dame just caught fire. Great season by the Spartans, getting here to the championship game. Especially look forward to, watching to see how Tyler Tappendorf develops over the years. He's still, in my opinion, the play of the game was the first play, so I hope you all will go back and check that out. So then they're tapping, and now a pass. He's got a man open, and it is caught. Oh, no, he dropped it. That was only the second pass of the game by either team. The first one was a 21-yard touchdown pass from Tappendorf to Klein on the first possession of the game. So 3rd and 10 now for Notre Dame, or Michigan State, excuse me. Trying to, finish the season on a positive note. Nevertheless, they did a great job getting here and staying, neck and neck the first half. It was 20-20 at the half. Now the snap, and the keeper there, and Tappendorf dodges a couple of tackles. He's got some room, and now we got all 3 flags down, so that's second time late in the fourth quarter. All 3 flags were thrown almost simultaneously. And it's going to be a face mask against Notre Dame. So one of the few breaks that Michigan State has gotten here in the second half. And, I'm curious. I'd like to ask somebody involved with the league how they choose the names of their teams. Is it a team vote? Do they draw names out of a hat? They're drafted. Okay, so. All right. Because it's interesting that I noticed that in the past, I don't know how it's going to be for the other 2 games this year, but in the past it seems like a lot of the teams have service academy names. Army, Navy, and Air Force. So 15-yard penalty. So Michigan State trying to finish the game. And now he's got some room over on the left side. Breaks a tackle, gets inside the 20. That was Klein there, who has the only reception of the game. It was a 21-yard touchdown in the first quarter. And he picks up 7 there. 1:45 to go. And Michigan State taking a timeout, still taking the rest of this game seriously, trying to finish the season on a positive note here. Second and 4 now. For those of you just joining us, this is the annual Fishers Hamilton Southeastern Youth Football Championships. This is the first game of our triple header today. We've got Notre Dame and Michigan State playing for the 3rd grade championship. Notre Dame is about to win. 40-20 is the score here. Tannendorf for Michigan State just tackled there. Tried to find some room on the right side, didn't find any, and he's brought down for a loss of 1. Tyler Tappendorf, probably the best player for Michigan State today, but is brought down for a loss there. But anyway, immediately following the conclusion of this game, we're going to have the 4th grade championship game and then the 5th and 6th grade championship game. So got about 4 more hours of football coming at you live here from TCU Field. And now Tappendorf takes it over to the left side, and he's brought down for a gain of 1 or 2. Under a minute to go now. So Notre Dame can taste their championship. It's going to bring up 4th down. Michigan State scored on every, and now the Michigan State's taking a timeout. But yeah, Michigan State ironically scored on every possession they had in the in the first half, but has barely gotten anything going at all on offense here in the second half. Whereas Notre Dame has been hot on offense all game long, scored a touchdown on every possession. It's just been an incredible dominating performance by the Irish. And, really 4 or 5 really good running backs in this game who I'm going to be keeping an eye on over these next several years as they develop here in this system and go on to play for Hamilton, Southeastern, or Fishers. Teams who, we regularly get to commentate, And now a screen pass over to the left side, but doesn't get anything out of it. So now Michigan State takes Notre Dame takes over on downs, and 36 seconds to go. The clock is ticking. And they're asking for a runoff, so that will be the game. So your final score here in the third grade championship game, Notre Dame 40, Michigan State 20. It was 20-20 at the half, but then Notre Dame just completely took over in the second half. Much congratulations to the Fighting Irish on their championship, and congratulations to Michigan State on a great season of their own. So that's the first game of our triple header. We got 2 more coming at you next, so don't go anywhere unless you want to get out here and watch the next 2 games in person.
All right, so we'll take a pause here, and we'll try to get you the award ceremonies, and we'll stop our stream and bring you the 4th grade game. So we'll pause for the award ceremonies coming up right now.
All right.
Several dedicated devoted parents, leaders who started the Mudsock Youth Football League. Jim was the football board's president for its first 2 years of operation, presently serving approximately 1,000 boys and girls from kindergarten through 6th grade. The league started with only 250 players. Among them was Jim's son, Michael. The league was founded upon a mission to encourage physical and mental growth through keen competition to emphasize good citizenship, scholastic achievement, and nurture and good sportsmanship through the sense of fair play. Michael Warsiak, throughout his life, in August 2011, Michael Warsiak life ended tragically. He was 21 years old. To honor Michael's memory and all his contributions to the Warsiak family, the Mudsock Youth Football League proudly established the Michael Warsiak Sportsmanship Award. This award is given to recognize one team in each recreational tackle league, 3rd through 6th, that demonstrates exceptional character, teamwork, determination, sportsmanship in the manner of Michael Warsiak. Sadly, Jim passed away this year in April. However, Donnie Warsiak and her family are here to present the award to this year's recipient of the Michael Warsiak Sportsmanship Award for 3rd grade. Ladies and gentlemen, please give it up for Jill. Jill here. So let's announce the Purdue football Boilermakers with the sportsmanship. Number 5, Mason Krill. Number 8, Brooks Moore. Number 17, Drew Petro. Number 24, Jackson Campbell. Number 28, Grayson Wiley. Number 34, Miles Sohiggins. trophy. Number 5, Matthew Jimison. Number 8, Tyler Tappendorf. Number 17, Josh Klein. Number 24, Jackson Smith. Number 28, Chandler Gingrich. Number 34, Eli Van Bruhan. Number 50, Dron Scott. Number 52, Gage Griffin. Number 55, Michael Rogers. And number 58, Drew Hingham. And let's put on a special round of applause for our coaches this year. Head coach Kurt Tappendorf, Wes Van Bruhan, Adron Scott, and Aidan Tappendorf.